Hey there. Most of our media has turned into the Trump show, and that's a real problem. Fox News and Company are about loving on Trump 24/7, and CNN and Company are about hating on Trump 24/7. Ted Turner would be pleased, I guess. In cooperation with the president, our news channels have finally figured out how to fill the 24-hour news cycle. It may be good for their bottom line, but it hurts democracy. There is so much more we should pay attention to. The actual work of government is being done by a pack of lead-addled baby boomer billionaires and millionaires that we almost never hear about. We do hear a lot about Betsy DeVos, who is in charge of the essentially powerless Department of Education. I wonder why we hear so much about her specifically. Actually, I don't wonder. In the era of #MeToo and the feminist uprising against Donald Trump, it is super depressing that our media is still happiest when it's tearing down a woman. I mean, sure, Betsy DeVos sounds pretty dumb sometimes, but does she ever sound dumber than Wilbur Ross, our Commerce Secretary, who we almost never hear about?
The President has announced that we will play a major role in negotiating bad trade deals like NAFTA as the administration seeks to institute a system of both free and fair trade that protects American workers and American companies.
I'm hunting Mexican factories to bring back our jobs. World trade is our enemy. This stuff is irritating, but with some weird exceptions, like Wilbur Ross, this cabinet is pretty much what we could have expected from any other Republican president. If we wanted to avoid climate skeptics and enemies of the social safety net, well, then the Democrats probably should have run a candidate that people liked. Elections have consequences. However, there are two appointments that I think are legitimately disastrous and need a lot more attention. We've already covered Rex Tillerson's time at the Department of State, but he is not the worst. The worst of the worst is Jeff Sessions at the Department of Justice. As Attorney General, he is the country's top lawyer, and he also oversees the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI. It's the Department of Justice that sets the tone for law enforcement in this country, and also influences about 1 million other things. It's easily the most powerful domestic cabinet position. As longtime viewers will know, I take U.S. criminal justice very, very seriously. This channel was founded to argue against things like the war on drugs and mass incarceration. I haven't been covering these issues all that much lately, mostly because I thought things were headed in the right direction. Marijuana legalization is accelerating. Most importantly, criminal justice reform has become a bipartisan priority. Even most Republicans, as of November 2016, were beginning to acknowledge that we imprison too many people in this country. Attorney General Jeff Sessions is trying to end all of that. The problem with Sessions isn't that he's a Republican. It's that his attitudes towards criminal justice are stuck in the 1980s, if not the 1950s. Last week, he rescinded an Obama-era memo that allowed individual states to go their own way when it came to marijuana policy. Because of pressure from Congress and from the individual states, he can't crack down on marijuana in the places it has been legalized yet, but he clearly wants to. He has changed the guidance nationwide for government prosecutors, encouraging them to go for the longest sentences possible in drug crimes. Perhaps most importantly, Sessions has started pulling back from civil rights investigations of local police departments. It's one of the only tools we have against police brutality, and Sessions wants less of it. Jeff Sessions is quietly undoing years of progress on these issues and many more. A quarter century ago, the Reagan and Clinton administrations and states and localities across the country introduced a series of draconian laws that created the mass incarceration problem. This was a tragedy, but it could be explained by the fact that crime back then really was going nuts. It's not going nuts now. It is lower than it has been for decades. What is nuts is that people like Jeff Sessions are let anywhere near government in 2017, let alone allowed to run the Department of Justice. What we need today are new, real solutions to the crime that we have left, not a jump back to the frightened, brutal policies of 30 years ago. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. And thank you so much to our producers and patrons that made this video possible. If you want a free essay on the war on drugs, I suggest you click on the link here and sign up for my email newsletter. Thanks.